all, welcome back. So today we will be learning a new algorithm where we will discuss about summation of a set of numbers. So when I talk about summation here, it is nothing but we are calculating the sum of the given set of numbers. So let us read the problem statement. So the problem statement given is, given a set of n numbers, design an algorithm that adds these numbers and display the resultant sum. Very simple. Straightforward problem. And also we have to assume that n is greater than or equal to 0. This n value cannot be negative. So what exactly is this problem statement telling us is that if at all we have a set of numbers, very simple thing, let me take 1, 2, 3. We have to design an algorithm which will simply take each of these values and add it and find the sum and displays this sum. That's all is what is being expected. So now how can we design the algorithm for this? So now whenever I say that set of n numbers, remember that we are not talking about a single number, we are talking about series of numbers like I told you. So let us take the same number. Let me take 2, 4, 6, 1 and 3. Now these are the 5 numbers I want to add. Now whenever you are talking about a set of numbers, we will always go one by one. That is, we need to have a counter which will keep on checking that which particular number we are reading from the set. Okay, so here the n value here is total number of elements we have, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n value becomes 5. And then we will take another variable called as sum, where we are going to store the value of the addition we are doing. And then next we need another variable I, which we can move from one place to another in order to keep the count that we are covering only these elements. Now why is that a counter is required? That is the first element, second element, third element, fourth element and fifth element. In order to keep a count of this, I'm taking this variable I. The reason behind this is we do not want to go beyond 5 and get stuck in an infinite loop. We want our iteration, or we want to go through the elements only up till the n value. That is the reason we are taking a counter I, so that we can stop by the time we reach n value and we do not proceed further. All right. So now let us briefly do how we can do it. So I have the value of n. Now I will take initially, I can initialize it to 1 because we want to start from the value, first value. So sum, I can initialize it with 0. Now what is the reason I'm initializing it 0 is I do not want any other value. If at all I'm declaring any variable, what happens is in the memory, memory gets allocated every time we are doing a programming. And if there are any other previous values, whenever you're doing an addition, that might get added. So we do not want those garbage values to come in picture. That is the reason we will initialize it with 0. That is, we are starting from 0. So initially when I is equal to 0 and sum is equal to 0, what I can say is sum is equals to sum plus ith value. Okay, so we are going to loop this statement, and also we will increment I. What is the reason of incrementing I? I will start from the first element. Add it to sum. Okay, so sum will get the value 2. After that, I value I have to increment to the next value. That is the reason I'm incrementing I. And then once again, I'll add it to sum. Okay, so these two statements we want it to happen repeatedly. Hence, we will keep both these statements within a loop. So what is the purpose of this loop? What we are going to check within this loop is nothing but we will check whether the value of I is less than or equal to n or not. The moment it crosses the value of n, that is the moment we are reaching the 6th element, we will stop this loop because there is no need of calculating the sum beyond this. Hence, I will start with the I value 1. I will go on incrementing. So before incrementing, I will add this particular value to the sum. Okay. So now let us quickly write it in a little bit neater form. So the basic idea here is I will start with sum is equals to 0. I'm going to initialize I is equals to 1. I'm going to keep a loop. Let me say while I is less than or equal to n, so that we are within this set. Then I will say that if it is true, that is I is within this, then I will say sum is equals to sum. Okay, so sorry, sum plus I. So whenever I am saying this, so what is going to happen here? 0 is equals to, sorry, sum is equals to 0 plus, in the first case, that is when I is equal to 1, I'm going to add 2. So sum value will become 2. Next, I will increment I, and then when I increment I, I'll come back and check for the value of I. So in this case, I value has been incremented to 2. And hence, I can go ahead and add sum once again. So once again, sum will become whatever the value is there, sum, which is nothing but 2, plus the next value, which is 4, which is nothing but 6. Once again, increment the value of I, come back and check for while loop. Still 3 is less than 5. Hence, once again, add sum is equal to sum plus the next element. Now I is equal to 3. The third element is 6. 6 plus 6 is equals to 12. 12 is the new value of sum. Increment I, hence I value will become 4. And then once again come back and check for while I is less than or equal to n. Yes, 4 is less than or equal to 5. Hence sum is equal to sum plus 1. Okay, and the sum is equal to sum plus 1, which is nothing but sum value is now 13. Increment I value become 5. Yes, I value 5 is still less than or equal to, it is equal to 5. Once again, I will go ahead and add the value of my fifth element, which is 3. 13 plus 3 is 16. Increment the I value will become 6. Once I'm checking now whether 6 is less than or equal to n value is nothing but 5. Now it will become false. So now when the condition is becoming false for I is equal to 6, we will come out of the loop and straight away here we can print the value of the sum. So this is the idea. So here comes the concept of loop, which you should be knowing. Looping is nothing but where we are going to repeat a certain set of statement iteratively until a certain conditions becomes true. So let us go ahead and see the algorithm for summation of the numbers. So as I said, I will start, declare the variables n, sum, and I. Read the value that need to be summed. So we will read the value of n, that is total number of elements, as well as the value which you want to add. Okay, and then initialize the sum to 0. Sum has to be initialized to 0, and we will initialize I is equal to 1. So these two initialization you need to remember. After that, like I told you, we will start a while loop, which says that while I is less than or equal to n, we will do the following steps. That is, read the ith number. We will read this number, add it to sum. Sum is equals to sum plus I, and then increment the I value. So this will go in a loop until the I value exceeds the n value. So once that is done, we will have our sum stored in the variable sum, which you can print the value, and then we will end the algorithm. All right. I hope this algorithm is clear. So that's all in today's session, students. Thank you for watching.